It's the end of the year, and you know what that means. That's right, sweater weather, holidays, and everyone's favorite year-end activity, tax reporting. For today's video, I'm going to cover 4 key procedures you want to review with your payroll team to prevent tax reporting errors when it comes to your equity plan. I'm Baksa, Executive Director for the NASPP. Welcome to my Equity in Brief video series where I offer quick takes on interesting equity compensation topics. Today's topic is year-end tax reporting. Now, if you're smart, you start off your tax reporting season by meeting with your payroll team. Payroll prepares Forms W-2 just once a year, and they often aren't as familiar with the laws that apply to stock compensation as you are. So this meeting is to get everyone on the same page and review the rules so that you can start tax season off on the right foot. In this video, I'm going to help you prepare for that meeting by giving you 4 key topics that need to be on the agenda. First up, you want to make sure to review all the reporting basics with your payroll team. Like I said, they only do this once a year, and when you only do something once a year, it's really easy to forget how to do it. So you want to review with them what transactions need to go on Form W-2, how much income is reported for those transactions, and most important, what boxes the income needs to be reported in. Depending on the transaction, it's likely that the income could be reported in Box 1, Box 3, Box 5, Box 11, Box 12, Box 14, so many different combinations of boxes. It seems endless. To help you out with all of this, we've created a W-2 reporting chart that you can share with your payroll team. It's available on the NASPP website in the tax reporting and withholding section of our research center. Check it out today. It's also important to review the reporting for transactions involving separation of service. In general, award transactions by former employees still have to be reported on Form W-2. But this can be a challenge for payroll, especially if those folks have been removed from your payroll system. You may have to add them back in. The reporting for retirees can be particularly complicated, especially if you accelerate vesting or if vesting is continued after people retire. It's really, really important to make sure that everyone is on the same page on this. The next item on your agenda should be to review how all the various special transactions that occurred during the year should be reported. So you reviewed the basics, and now these transactions are exceptions to all of those rules. So, for example, if you've had employees die during the year, if employees got divorced and there were transactions that occurred after the divorce, dividends can often require some special reporting. So you want to review all these special transactions with your payroll team. Make sure that they know which of those transactions need to be reported on Form W-2. And most important, which boxes the income needs to be reported in. Also, some of these transactions need to be reported on forms in the 1099 series. It's important to make sure everyone knows who's responsible for that. And especially this year, you're going to want to review the reporting procedures for your mobile employees. The good news is that with the pandemic, you probably don't have a lot of business travelers. So, hey, one thing you don't have to worry about. But the bad news is the pandemic has created a whole host of other mobility-related reporting challenges. Many of your employees are probably working in locations where you didn't expect them to be working, and frankly, they didn't expect to be working either. You may have had employees that got stranded in certain countries because of travel restrictions. Other employees may have voluntarily relocated for the duration of their shelter-in-place order. Heck, even just finding out where your employees are is probably going to be a challenge. I really recommend that you first sit down with your tax advisors so that they can help you come up with a strategy for your company's compliance program and to mitigate your company's risk in this area. And then you're going to want to bring payroll into that picture and make sure they're on board with what that strategy is. The NASPP's annually updated Tax Reporting Essentials webinar is a great resource for your year-end tax reporting. We cover all the basics and all the special situations. And not only that, but we're going to go through all of those, and we're going to show sample forms W-2, forms 1099, so that you can really understand how all these transactions get reported on these different forms. Check it out today on NASPP.com. Thanks for listening, and good luck with those forms W-2.